Alright, let's make sure everything's up and running here. Looks like it. Alright, what's going on, guys? We're gonna play some more Phoenix Wright. I played a little more after the stream. Do you guys want me to... I started a second save file. Do you want me to go to where we left off, or should I just start here? This is the beginning of Chapter 3. If you want, we can go back to Chapter 2, the second half, and just go back from there. Now the real case begins. Case 3. Alright. October 14th, 5:30 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. That rocked. See you in hell, evil magistrate. Whoa, stop waving that broom around. Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here. What was that surreal show you were watching? What? You mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? During the investigations, try to present the attorney badge to people to get some hilarious dialogue. Alright. I will. But that's gonna make me lose some heart points, though, or whatever. He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? I don't know, 10 years old? So what are you doing getting all excited? Hey, I'm only 17. That's 17. You see, I'm a teen, not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like a grandpa or something. I'm only 24. Then watch it with me. He's really cool, and he's popular. When they asked grade school kids what they want to be, Steel Samurai was #1. I really worry about kids these days. I didn't do a second stream. I played off screen, so I'm just gonna start at number 3 here. Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. You can't lose points in investigations. Oh, okay. Only in court mode. Okay. So in the investigation I can just do it no problem? Works for me. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was taken the talk of the town for some time, but no one paid any attention to the Wright Co. and law offices. How am I gonna pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'll suck some dick. Huh? October 16, 8:14 a.m. Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Oh, she's starting early. Bring. Beep. Hello? This is Phoenix. Oh, those ends got me a little scared, but it just turned out to be Nick. Alright. Maya? What? Is this early? It's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested! Huh? You mean the guy on the TV show? Yes. They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain. He wouldn't have. Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on TV. No, I mean, he actually did it in real life. He skewered a villain with a samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office, quick, please, Nick! October 16, 9:22 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Dun-dun! Maya's here, watching television. Now for the morning news! The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Powers played the lead role in the popular TV kids show The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate's costume. The samurai spear also found stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. This has to be a joke. No, it's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. Baring. Yes? Wright & Co. offices? Huh? Nick? It's the Steel Samurai! What? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Let's go, Nick. Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So I've decided this will be our first case. See if we can talk her out of this. Well, what should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to get down to the detention center and meet up with the Steel Samurai. Does she want to investigate this case or just do some sightseeing? My money's on sightseeing. We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it, you don't have a clue what happened. No, we just don't have enough information! What about this? You like showing that off, don't you, Nick? My poor ego. Hey, that's something Nick would say. Alright, I don't think we need to... Yeah, let's examine, why not? It's a nice day outside. The hotel across the way is always full these days. There's the bellboy, happily cleaning the room. Mia's favorite potted plant. Maya has been watering it so much lately it looks a little swollen. She's either trying to make it grow, or she's perfecting her water torture technique. Maya's desk. Actually, it's my desk now. Sitting here always makes me feel like a professional. A poster of an old movie that Mia likes. I was thinking I should go see it myself. Then I realized that the poster doesn't actually say the title of the movie. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is the thought that I have to read all of these. Detention Center! Poor Nick is playing Uncharted. Uncharted's a good game. Boom, 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 boom. Where'd my... Oh, there we go. October 16, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Whoa! It's Sabretooth! What's wrong, Maya? It's him, in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client, that's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but he definitely did it. Murder, at least once, maybe twice. Whoa, 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 what are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No! This is getting off to a great start. I know, you're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? Oh, no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with the mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know. I didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh! I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they think of the Steel Samurai now. Oh, Nick! What? He's a good guy! I mean, he's good. Yeah. He didn't do it! Alright. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He seems frozen in awe of Will Powers. Smile for the camera. Maybe you could start by telling us what happened. Yes, of course. It seems like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 o'clock that morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 in the afternoon. But when 5 came around and the staff gathered at the studio, the evil magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. Oh, dang. They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jackhammer, dead. He'd been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. The samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that the Steel Samurai uses as a weapon. Maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for my partner. He's a buffoon. He's new to this, and a bit out of touch with the world. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is a lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of Neo-Old Tokyo, fighting battle after battle against the evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he will never really defeat the evil magistrate, although I guess he did defeat him this time. Well, I see. Neo-Old Tokyo. Who comes up with these names? Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studio at 9. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. So after lunch I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up it was after 5. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder. Some action hero. What will the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right, Global Studios. I'll draw you a map. Wow, Nick, let's go! I'm willing to bet $10 she asked for autographs. October 16, Global Studios, main gate. Wow, so this is where they make Steel Samurai. Awesome. Aren't you excited? Hey, you there! You want in, you gotta get through me. Oh, sorry. We're, lawyers. Oh, yeah? Well, that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snoop around. Youth today, something horrible happens. Wasting your time. Don't have jobs. Do lawyers not work for the rest of the day? The life is, too fast. I was young. Hippie clothes. What are news coming to? Damn, she talks a lot. Nick? Will I grow up and be like her? Please say no. I don't know. It's possible. Hey! Listen when you're being spoken to, youths today. Alright, let's examine this bitch. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Hey, no touching! Oh, that was close. An overhead map of the studio. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. The main entrance to the studio. There was a big scene here yesterday with onlookers pressing up against the gates. Looks like the studio van. They probably use it to carry on film equipment. Okay. So, what do you do here? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Wow. This place really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then, too. He was... Hammer? The victim, dummy. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Can you tell me about Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what it did to poor Jackhammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. What kind of person was Jackhammer? What kind of person? Oh, only if you knew. Jackhammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamic Samurai series. Should I have heard of that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer? I was standing right here yesterday, I was here from 1 in the afternoon to 5 when they found the body. Now, the studio's where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place, and that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him. But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in the dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only person that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it. It's about time for you to be headed home. There's nothing to see here. Move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns the place. Alright, we need to go get a letter from homeboy here. Hello, how was it the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Alright, we need a letter, my guy. About the security guard at the main gate. Oh, the security lady. She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking. Yeah, actually, she said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio. But let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you. She's got some nerve. Do you think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. Excellent. I just hope we get past the security lady. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What? No, I would never do that. Earlier said you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady said she saw you that day. She said she saw you heading towards the crime scene. What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business and I need every advantage I can get. I know, I'm sorry, but I swear to you on my mama's grave I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me. What did she see? He doesn't seem to be lying. Take your shit, bitch! Ma'am, have a look at this letter of request from Mr. Powers. Ah, yeah, I recognize this bold, childish scrawl. Powers request given to the security lady. To think he would entrust his fate to you such an unreliable appearance. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass. But only left from here toward the studio. No going to the right, that's the employee area. No one's allowed in there, pal! The good detective told me himself. Hey, Nick. There were maps in the security guard station. Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents a piece, thank you. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents! Ba-bum. I want to show her this. What's that? You giving it to me? Absolutely not. Peace out, you dumb bitch. Alright, now we can go outside Studio 1. Here comes the old bag. Okay. October 16, Studio 1 entrance. Hey, aren't you that murderer from the other day? Ah! That's the confused detective. Hey, pal. You know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. I saw him sipping tea, staring gloomily out the window. So? Hey, if he's depressed, it's your fault for doing a sloppy detective work. Ouch. Detective? I think I hurt his feelings. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. You're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can't blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart. Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Well, we're on this case too, pal.
Huh? Hey, you can't just go around and say pal like that. That's my endearing character trait.
I'd say he's a character, alright. So how is your investigation going, Detective?
Well, it's, hey, I can't tell you that, pal.
Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions. Right. So, Detective, mind if I take a look at what you got?
What I got? The autopsy report? The latest version, if you please. Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal.
Alright, we got the autopsy report. Time of death 2:30. Cause is a pierce through the chest by a spear. Phoenix stays roasting people. Yes, he does. Why was Mr. Powers arrested?
Simple, pal. The murder took place right in front of the studio. Now the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no other men. There was no others than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30. Only one person went in the studio from 1 to 2:30. And that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate.
Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did that with that kind of evidence. Thanks for cheering me up. About that security lady.
Oh, that sweet old lady? What a charmer.
Huh? Are we talking about the same person?
When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee.
Remember what Powers said? She's a sucker for authority.
She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence.
What? What kind of evidence?
Well, that's a photo. A photo of the Steel Samurai headed towards the scene of the crime.
What? Who took that?
See the camera on the gate, pal?
The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign?
Yeah, whenever someone walks by, the camera automatically snaps a photo.
Oh no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished. Funny, for someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy.
What's wrong, pal? You seem down.
Don't look so happy when you say that. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We'd like to ask the employees here some questions?
Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found. Ha ha ha!
I'm glad some around here is enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go. We have a free pass to the place. Now is our chance to check things out. Alright, anything else to say to him? Let me show him my badge real quick. Detective, see this? This is my attorney's badge.
Uh-huh. Don't you think it's a little sad that you have to explain what your badge means, pal? Real men show their PD badge, that's that. I'll admit the design of my badge leaves a lot to be desired.
Maybe it should just go... Maybe it should just be a big L for lawyer. Huh. I'm not so sure about that one. Alright, let's go to the other side. Oh, wait. Let's examine things first. I'm a little bush. Maybe I'll take a short rest here.
Hey, good idea, pal.
Detective, are you on the case?
Well, yeah, but... Hey, detectives get tired standing around too, pal.
Hey, there's a camera here.
It's a security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where.
There's a number plate on the camera, ST1307. That must be the camera ID number. There's a studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind. But what kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right, Studio 1, left to Studio 2. What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted.
Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday. It took the head off. It took down a tree with it, too.
The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked. Looks like you need a card key to get in. Makes sense that they would want to keep the non-employees out. Maybe we can take one from the guard, I guess? Alright, let's go over here. Nick, look! The security lady is in the guard position suffering from her face with donuts. I guess all the cops like their donuts. Yeah, they're soft enough she doesn't need teeth to chew them.
Hey, you! Well, are you satisfied? Powers is guilty yet?
She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am?
Huh? Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate to the camera where took the photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see. The guard station is in a central position no matter where you go or you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1. The murder happened around 2:30, you see? The only one I seen go through the gate between 1 and 2:30 was Powers. The security got a good look at him, too. If he's not the one that did it, I don't know who is.
Maybe it was you.
Yeah, haha, good one, Sonny.
She thinks I was joking. Was the victim, Mr. Hammer, a popular actor?
Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio.
Was? Past tense. Oh yes, he was great as the bearded samurai.
That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate is a disgrace, I tell ya. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him?
About the security camera.
Oh yes, the camera. It's automatic. It can tell when someone walks through the gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently, it records the time when the picture was taken, too. But I don't bother myself with the details. I just view all the photos on the computer. Over in the security guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do.
Interesting. I'm gonna get you. I'm pretty sure the security guard is who did it. See if she wants this. Oh, she just says the same thing. Okay. Nothing else to talk to her about. Aha, employee area. Let's go there.
October 16, Global Studios Employees Area.
Nick, this is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, look! There's Power's dressing room. No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Okie dokie. A window to the dressing room. The glass is frosted, so I can't see inside. Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh. It's so normal. I was expecting some cool themed snacks or something. Wait, look! Samurai soda! Nick, try this! Ladies first. That must be the storage room. That's where they keep all the film equipment. Wow, Nick! You know a lot about the industry. What else would they keep in a film studio? The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of them, minus the steak. T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. What?
The door to the dressing room. It's not locked.
Hey, Nick, let's take a look inside. Maybe we can find something as a souvenir.
What do you mean, find?
You never know. There might be something like, you know, like the samurai spear or some shit like that.
We don't need a spear.
And that's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. Alright, now can we go in there? Alright, excellent.
October 16, Global Studios dressing room.
Power's dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping. Or at least, this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they?
Right, and there's a picture of him near the crime scene.
I hope he's telling the truth for his sake. It's locked. Looks like he doesn't open the windows much. I guess it's kind of dusty outside. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap yesterday. There's some regular suits in among the costumes here. Those must be his own clothes. It'd be fun to wear one of his costumes. I'd say you were already wearing one, myself. There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies. Nick, I'm hungry. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets. How many stomachs does this girl have? This must be Power's bag. Hey, don't open that. Look, an employee card key. This must be Power's. It says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it. You mean borrow. Excellent. There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Oh, this is the wiki used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Nick, try this on. No. And how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? I kinda like samurai movies. Kinda. Oh, there's one more. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. I see my hair is still nice and spiky, just how I like it. Okay, I think we got everything. Yep, alright. How do I get out of this place? There's a sign above the dressing room door. Will Powers. It must be neat to be a star and have your own room like this. Got that. Got this. Oh, there's another side. Okay. There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably Neo Old Tokyo Castle. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? It makes it a lot easier to go up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? Nothing there. Got this. Oops. The grate that I used to cover the drain. It's a little bent. I don't think it would fit if I tried to put it back on. The metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could fit through there, I bet. Yeah, if you snuck in there... if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to go pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right? Huh? Hey, I'm not a kid. Interesting. Let's go back to the main gates. Where else can we go that we haven't been yet? Ah, there we go. Outside Studio 1. Got all that. How do I... Okay, the entrance to Studio 1. This is Studio where they found Jackhammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this key card we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened! Alright, we're in. She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Inside Studio 1. The ladder? Oh, damn. I forgot the ladder. I'll go back to it, I guess. You can move the connected area. You can't access them all straight from the menu. You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it just give you shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here. And the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, look at that camera. It must have cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Hey, you. No touching that. Whoa, it's some homely bitch. Sorry, my partner's kind of, you know. You know? I don't know. Who are you? Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP? Oh, Will Powers. WP, I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit. But do what you can for WP, okay? He never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us. Alright, keep examining without this bitch in our way. Looks like a backdrop for stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show. Of course! That's Mountain Neo Fujiyama! Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in Old Tokyo? Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not Old Tokyo, Nick. Neo Old Tokyo. Oh, right. Wow! Look at that camera, it must have cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Alright, a ladder. Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on your narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. This girl's out there. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clapped to start filming. And look, a megaphone! A real-life megaphone! Ready, Nick? Action! This girl is more trouble than I thought. Hey, something there. What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. Huh? What? Where's your enthusiasm? Well, lighting is fine, but I'd rather be the director or maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body laid with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few blood stains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Okay, that should be everything. Let's talk to her. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see? Only assistant? Yes, well, the studio isn't doing well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Power's dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go to his dressing room. Sup, Jalen? But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private. What kind of girl do you think I am? What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came in that studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry. I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue, a lead! Well, I don't know about that, but that day just afternoon, I said someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe. No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled for that was an action scene. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks. That helps us a lot, actually. Let's put that security lady on the spot. So you sensed that someone other than the regular film crew was at the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in witness testimony. Nick, what about the security lady? If someone she claims got into the studio, she must have seen them. Let's go talk to that frickin' lady. Alright, talk to that guy. October 16, Global Studios, main gate. What? You still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. We're gonna put you on the spot, bitch. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as one can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dare question me? Looks like Miguel. Eek! Alright, you better tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin! Someone's been complaining about the work I do. Ma'am, we were just talking to the assistant in Studio One. Huh? She's not even a full-time employee! Oh, you youngins are the same nowadays! Oh, she's going on a rant again. Nothing beats cold water. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Excellent, let's examine this computer. The computer that runs the studio security's cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of the Powers on the computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Hell yeah! Alright, let's give it a try. You know how these things work, right? Looks like I just have to enter a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1. 1, that's when the security lady started. Please enter the number of security camera. Oh shit, I forgot. Was it this one? I think it was 307? Let's try that. Entered. Printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears the suit. Guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Powers photo added. Alright, so take into the gate between the entrance and the studio at 2 p.m. The old bag is the best, man. Hey, Nick. Can't we just use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. Well, put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyways, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you were craftier than I give you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it's just a joke. So are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed. Still, it'd be better if we had some kind of idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. To be continued. Ba-bum-bum-bum. Ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. Give me a sec here. Break in Snapchat. What do you want? Alright. Save your progress. Yes, please. Okay. Why does this thing say I've been playing for like 19 hours? Oh, maybe because I have the Switch on all the time? Maybe, whatever. October 18, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. She wanted to take a selfie with the Jaguar, so the dumb bitch decided it was a smart move to climb inside. I heard about that. That woman is an idiot. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. The prosecution would like to show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in the Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed such heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. This guy always looks like he's just confused. Detective, if you would briefly describe the case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, you see. This here is the employee area. The actor did a run-through of the action scene during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works at the studio was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station there's a gate, you see. Past that gate are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now on to the day of the murder, October 15th, where there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. And a young woman and production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m., the production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was a murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? Fuck it. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
Why aren't you a handsome fella? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please. Seems Edward has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma.
Oh, she's going on a rant again. But the Jaguar got her instantly. Yes, it did.
Objection!
Objection! I object to the witness talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder.
Yes, see, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Screenshot that one.
Witness testimony. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. Well, I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from 1 till 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30. Interesting to me because a certain man walked by it too. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was headed towards the studio.
This crazy old bag. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor.
We gonna get this bitch.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m.
Let's press her!
So up until that time, anyone who wanted to go into the studio.
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no, but the main gate was locked, Yoey. You need an employee card to get in.
Right, the key card that I have. So what she's saying is, no one who was supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station?
Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through since the morning.
A run-through?
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon, but they were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsals were supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about laid back. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon?
Alright, well, I had some errands to run in the morning.
What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question. She's right there, though.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers observing, you know.
Observing? You were supposed to be at the guard station.
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs, always. Never miss one in all my years.
Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea.
Anyways, it was 1 when I got to the guard station.
Hammer looks like Sabretooth from X-Men. Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next.
I was at the main gate from then till 5.
So you were watching their whole time? No breaks? Not even for a second?
Of course, I'm a professional! Are you criticizing how I do my job?
No, that's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper Whapper!
Snipper Whapper? Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So, the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see?
Now, the murder happened at 2:30. Interesting to me because a certain man walked by at 2.
2. You're sure?
Yeah, that's spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers! That man right there, and he's headed towards the studio! Oh, we gonna get you, bitch. Ha! Objection!
Let me get this straight, you old bag. Mrs. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai Defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers!
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that does not mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this courtroom is accusing you of that. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have any proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers.
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Huh? Even Edgeworthy is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworthy speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props like it was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, you see, clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Miss Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Ba, ba, ba. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you.
Press her.
Whippersnapper!
Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I said is on the straight and narrow.
Oh, it's not rising again. Mr. Wright, please for all sakes try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworthy has met his match.
That morning, during the run-through of the live action scene,
who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the Steel Samurai, then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing, just observing.
What about the assistants?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then?
I saw Powers trip and fall.
Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai, what a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part. Where was the assistant?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue with your testimony.
He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
The samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. The murder weapon, a break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Alright.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room and rested up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot, okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is the Steel Samurai costume? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyways, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it's clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that is right. Are you sure, Your Honor? Give me a sec. Hold it right there. We keep talking about possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
This crazy old bitch. Witness testimony.
The time before Hammer's death was 2:30. The only person I saw go to the studio before that was Will Powers. No one else was there. If they had, I would have seen him.
She's hiding something. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine your witness.
Cross-examination. The time before Hammer's death was 2:30.
How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then after some rubbish about being a secret pal, he told me everything.
I see. Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts.
The only person I saw go to the studio before that was Will Powers.
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by me at all.
Nobody's suspicious looking. Right.
No one else was there.
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going to the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy? Old Windbag sure has balls. Well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Ha!
The time before Hammer's death was 2:30. The only person I saw go in there was Will Powers. No one else went in there.
If I had, I would have seen them. I don't want to see this part again. Alright, okay, what do we have here? Cause of death, pierce the chest, dragging his leg at 2 p.m. the only person I saw go to the studio then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. The murder weapon, a break for the shaft. Ah, damn it. Shit, what am I supposed to use? 230, true. The only person I saw go to the studio was Will Powers. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction of that statement, Your Honor. How exactly is it infinite, blah blah, they aren't, are they? Oh, no, I lost some power. No! I don't think I won any points with the judge. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. Nobody's suspicious looking. Huh, it's like I'm missing something here. The murder weapon, a break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. So she mended this in the morning. Okay, let's present the duct tape thing. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction. Ah, damn it. No! The only person I saw go to the studio was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Damn it! The studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Damn it! The person I saw go to the studio before was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Let's try using this, I guess. Damn it! That didn't work either. If I had, I would have seen them. No one else was there. The only person I go to the studio before that was Will Powers. Okay, this is Will Powers' key card. But what time did we take that at? That was like the next day. No one else was there. If they had, I would have seen them. Damn it, what am I supposed to do here? The time of Hammer's death was 2:30. No, that's not right. Dang it! Please think through the facts. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Not one else was there. What about before you got to the door station? You mean before 1? Everyone was in the employee area before then. I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. No one else was there. I don't know what else we can use. The only person I got to the studio before then was Will Powers. The time of the Hammer was 2:30. No one else was there. How can I prove someone else was there? Key card for studio employees. I don't know, let's try this, I guess. clearly it contradicts the, I thought, oh no, we're dead. Objection overruled. No! I don't think it won me any points with the judge. No! That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Damn it, we're gonna have to do it again. Oh no, guilty. The accused will surrender the court. To be held pending trial at the higher court within a month. That is all. Court adjourned. Was I missing something? We lost. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Continue. Load the save data. Alright, give me a second. I gotta go to the washroom. Okay. Alright, let's do that again. Blah 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 blah. Can we just like skip all this stuff? Actually, I should probably listen to that again. Alright. Okay. Okay, so you need to grasp the layout of the studio. It's here. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning. This is the main gate to the studio. Security lady that works at the studio was here at 1. Past the gate. Past the security station, there's a gate. Past that are studios. And here is Studio 1. And this is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now on that day of the murder, October 15, there were only 3 people here. The victim, the defendant, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to the later day, at 5 p.m., the production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal Needless to say, the studio rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30. The samurai spear was found lodged in the victim's chest under the murder weapon. That's the case. Okay, let's try to figure this out. You guys got any ideas? So the murder weapon is a spear. How medieval. Blah 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 blah. We saw this already. Okay. Witness testimony. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Begin the cross-examination. Security guard the gate. No, but the main gate was locked. You need an employee key card to get in. So what she's saying is no one wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studio when you arrived? They were working at the sea between Steel Samurai and blah blah. It's obviously that little assistant girl. I just have to prove how she did it. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why the old hammer went to the studio. The powers witness in dressing room. Her sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about the laid-back hero. There was a run-through in the morning. Why did you only get there in the afternoon? Had some errands to run. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Try proving she was lying about the only person being there with the photo of the Steel Samurai. If I remember correctly, she was limping with the wrong foot. Okay. So he hurt the left foot. Okay, anyways, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I got to the gate from 9 until 5. So you were watching there the whole time. No breaks. This lady's crazy. Oh yeah, in this picture he's limping with the left... No, that's normal though, it should be the left foot. Is this the Mr. Powers you saw? Of course. Tell me this isn't any good evidence. You didn't even give it a second look. Okay, I never say anything at all mean. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture, you can see he's dragging his leg. See, clear as day. That's how I knew his powers. Interesting. Cross-examination. Oh, she's whining again. Who's present at the run-through? Well, let's see. There's Powers, there's Coral Hammer, and her. Okay, well, she was off moving backdrops, so she didn't see the run-through. I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall. I think he's supposed to be a Steel Samurai. What a laugh. And I hope to make it better for him, of course. Where was the assistant? She was cleaning up backdrops, blah 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 blah. You didn't know about the ankle. You may continue with your testimony. Broke a crop. Bone spear, samurai spear, the murder weapon. Luckily I was there with duct tape to fix it. It strikes me as a significant detail. Better write this down. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Not so bad that he couldn't walk around, he just went to the dressing room to rest up. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. Okay. Object. And all I may remove the doubt from your mind, so the witness continue your testimony. So bad. This whole bat is crazy, man. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if nobody else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai. Okay. No one else was there. If they would have seen them. Okay. Damn it, wrong one. If I would have seen them, nobody else went there. The only person I spoke to was Will Powers. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios. So whenever somebody passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. Right, anyways, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo is printed the words October 15, 2 p.m. photo 2. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is a bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that it's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo 1, if it really was the only photo? Order, order! That's what I want to ask the witness. The evidence shows that not one but 2 people went to the studio that day, yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data of the other photos? Only someone with access to the security lady herself.
Watch your mouth!
The only person that saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. That's what it seems to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Ha! Some help you are, whippersnapper too.
Whippersnapper? Something the matter, old bag?
That's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gates. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Oh yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please. Now there's another person we gotta deal with. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through these photos records on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Of course she did. Miss Old Bag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. Right, anyways, Mr. Wright, begin cross-examination. Well, I'd say this is a turn for unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Okay, so we gotta prove who went by. Every day after I finish my job, do this first. That's right, I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of those pictures that security camera takes. Do you back up all the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes, but those computers are just so frustrating. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious. How exactly to determine what isn't suspicious? Oh, you can just tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Old Bag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo. Well, who the heck was in that photo? A fanboy. A fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was here that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one else could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate had been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks! Oh, and... They're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids. So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? A 3rd grade murderer? That's some pretty wild stuff. You saw 2 people pass by the gate down their studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai, the other was a boy who looked to be in his 2nd or 3rd grade. Ah, well, yes, his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in the 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay attention. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. The court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to just consider this new information, and no forgetting vital information this time. Oh. Mr. Powers, yes. Tell me straight, were you really in the dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio, I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in the security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked off with it. You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal the Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. First we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right, and it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. He's worried. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworthy, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on the matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of about 10 years. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty on the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. And if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was the person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? The assistant girl. It was the assistant. The Steel Samurai costume was in the dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai. Uh-oh. If you're serious, you got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo. Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh, bad feeling this time. Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury. Powers and me. What about the assistant? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about the Powers' ankle. Oh, damn. Forgot about that. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai look like that in the costume, but she couldn't walk the samurai walk. That kind of takes the legs out from under her case. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I've penalized you. Shit. May we move on? One more chance, please. Very well, go ahead. So who is the person? It can't be the grade school. It has to be the stupid security woman then. The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in the picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, old bag. Whippersnapper! Is this true, old bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you. Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her spot to steal the samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah! Right here, Sherlock Holmes 2, baby! That's odd. Isn't that part where Edgewater pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any opinion on the matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? So you don't think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this whole thing away. Let us press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. Why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one who chose the photo I erased! He's only a grade schooler, though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. How can you be so sure? Or is it... Be nice to kids and mean to your elders? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Take that!
Your Honor, the murder weapon has the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment? The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. The court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness and Miss Windy, what was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into the Oldbag once we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned. Wait a second. I'm not gonna just sit back here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. I'm talking. Ah, dang it. Oh, great. The the Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? You mean it wasn't Edgeworthy? Well, testify! She's lying! Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it. So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why do you keep this from the court? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my mouth. And I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet. So you were told not to talk. That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. Who were the people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without the director? Of course! Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where are these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2. Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and on the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue your cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but why not? They said they had nothing to do with it. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it, and they gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have. No, I want more. Tell me just pretend they hadn't been in the studio that day.
Hold it!
So they're actually in the studio. Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came. I'll kill this woman, I swear it. I feel sorry for Edgeworth, almost. She really left him hanging on this one. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away. Them? Who were these people? The director and the producer. Oh, shit. Oh, we already did this. Yes. Man, my battery's about to die. I'd like to continue cross-examination. I think I already got enough. Take a break. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Miss Powers. Court acknowledges the defense's points. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned. That crazy old bag. October 18, 104, District Court. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Or should I say, sniff. We'll be going down to the studio to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about the director and producer. They're probably turning up in the next trial as witness for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out who was that Steel Samurai costume? Or could it really have been the old woman? What do you think? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Looks like I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit, to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old windbag, I kind of feel sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back. Visit you soon. Thanks, guys. Alright, we're gonna stop here. This battery's gonna die anyways. So, let's just hit save. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. Alright, I will see you guys later.